Hi, Tom from bknutrition.com, and today, did you know that you could cook a chicken or chicken breast just by slapping it? Now, this may sound very weird and wonderful and also a very stupid thing to do, but apparently you can do that because of the laws of physics. And then someone who's more intelligent than me has done these calculations just for fun, and apparently 23,034 exactly slaps of an average human person slapping a chicken at a fast pace would create enough transfer of kinetic heat from the slap into the chicken to cook it. Or, if you are Superman, one huge slap at 3,725 miles per hour. Although if you did that, you'd probably go through the table and the chicken breast and the floor and into the centre of the earth. But apparently that is possible due to physics. Now, why am I telling you this? Because none of you are going to watch, hopefully, none of you are going to watch this and go out and start trying to slap your chicken to try and cook it to see if that is possible, because we have things like grills and steamers and ovens and frying pans in order to cook our chicken just without the need for slapping it. And the reason I'm going, because there is obviously a direction where I'm going we're going with this. The reason of me bringing this up is that in the fitness industry, the diet industry, and the sort of body transformation industry, which I work in, I own a gym and I have a body transformation consultancy. There are people, I should say, who are chicken slap people. They are people who have picked up on science in order to present something which they sell to you as this is the best way to do it. Now, I'm sure if I had about 10-15 minutes of creating copy, because I do all my own copywriting and I've learned copywriting, I could probably present a situation to you where you would think that chicken slap, well, maybe you wouldn't think of it very long, but you might be tempted to think that chicken slapping is the best way to cook your chicken because, of course, it's good for the environment. It doesn't use any carbon monoxide or carbon fuels or anything like that. It's very labour intensive. You get fitter doing it because you're exercising while you're doing it. It saves you energy because energy bills are going up, aren't they? So how can you save energy? All these things I could package up into well, let's try doing chicken slapping to cook our food, and that's what these people do. They take some sort of science thing that's some obscure study that says, say, keto is the best dieting or vegan is the best dieting or something, or eating white food or cotton wool or potatoes or bananas are the best thing to lose weight, and then they package that up in copywriting to say this is the best thing ever to get the body that you want. And this is why I call these people chicken slap people, because they are misleading, but they're using science which has sort of proved the fact that what they're talking about is correct. But what you have to remember is that a lot of this stuff is either theoretical, it's done in a laboratory, it's done in a test tube, it's done on mice or rats, so it's not applicable to humans, not really. All these things have been done with science tests, and those tests are important in order to understand things better. And a lot of those tests do then translate into human tests, and then we get the randomized control trials, which are very effective at helping to prove a hypothesis. But all these things, these earlier things, need to be done in order to sort of test the hypothesis. And a lot of times, these studies are done to sort of prove a point. So, for example, the thing about aspartame causing cancer and all these harmful effects, that was done on giving rats the equivalent of something like 30 litres of Diet Coke. So the amount of aspartame you would get in 30 litres of Diet Coke for a human, if you would translate it to a human size. And the problem with that is, yeah, you can prove a point that a certain amount of a product can be toxic to an animal. But then you think about the real world application, and in that situation, if you drank 30 litres of Diet Coke, your issue would not be a mild stomach upset from aspartame, it would be the fact that you've overhydrated and you have problems which might kill you from that. So actually the thing that would be problematic in that situation would be water, which is actually a safe thing to have in proper proportions. So anything can be toxic, anything can cause harm in certain degrees, and a lot of these science studies are done to prove a point, to sort of prove to an extent maybe what the toxic level is. And this is what these chicken slap people, these guru people on the internet who are selling you diets and selling you supplements, that's what they pick up on and say, look, this has proved my point. And a lot of the the vegan mafia people who are out there who are pushing the vegan agenda. And let me just say, I am not against vegan dieting at all, or the vegan way of life, not at all. What I am against is misleading propaganda that says things like there's more protein in broccoli than there is in steak if you measure it calories per 100 grams, which means you would have to eat about 30 kilos of broccoli to get the same amount of steak protein that you would get out of a normal steak size. There's a lot of misleading stuff, and I want people who watch this channel and watch my stuff to be aware that although something sounds great, although something sounds as if, oh, this is going to be the next best thing for me, it probably isn't. Because unfortunately, the things that work the best are the basic things, the things that are efficient. So, for example, creating a calorie deficit, yeah, you could do a keto diet, you could do a vegan diet, you could do a potato diet, a banana diet. You could do all those things, but those things raise problems of their own in terms of restrictive dieting, in terms of hunger, in terms of the fact that you hate yourself and everybody else around you because it's so annoying to do. The fact that it's difficult to do, you can't keep it up for very long. All those things are to the side because on paper it's proven to help you lose weight. So that's what these people are pushing, and that's what they sell you. Same thing with supplements. When they're selling you supplements of put this sublingual thing under your tongue in order to help you lose weight, that's come from probably some obscure study which might have been funded by the people who are selling you the supplement. That goes on a lot in the supplement industry. Supplement companies will fund a research paper which is published in some obscure journal which hasn't got a very high impact level. An impact level is how good that journal is, and they will publish it just to say, look, this is published in research, it's effective. And actually, if you do look at a lot of those studies, it's actually not been peer reviewed, as in reviewed by all the other people, or there's say, for example, when a paper is published, you get like, say, 10 or so sort of respected professors in that area who analyse the study to make sure it's legit and the findings are accurate. A lot of the time it hasn't been done, it's just been published. You can pay to publish research papers in a journal now, and they won't even question it. These ones aren't on the high impact level. So just be aware of this when people are saying, oh yeah, science proves this and science proves that. Just be a little bit aware. There's a lot of misleading stuff that goes on, and I want people who watch this channel to understand that. Whenever I'm quoting like science or quoting things that have been proven, it's stuff that's been proven repeatedly again and again and been analysed in meta-analyses, in randomised controlled trials. It's not something, one research paper that's been done in some obscure magazine that sort of found a very small finding and then, oh look, that proves my point. That never happens. I will never do that. All the stuff that I talk about has been proven again and again, and we can't prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt in, well, okay, maybe gravities, that sort of thing, but we can't prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt because as science progresses and we find out more things, our perception of what we understand as true changes, and that's good. That's what science is about. It's about challenging our beliefs and making sure we understand things better, and I'm all for doing that. If a study came out that said keto is the best ever thing for fat loss and here's 1 million studies to prove that, I would go, okay, it probably is, but I still would not do it because I could not hold a keto diet for a long time. I'd much rather do my high carb or high protein and medium to low fat diet because that's what works for me. And this is the important thing, is that these things, chicken slapping your chicken to cook it might be the best thing for you if you want to exercise while cooking your chicken, if you want to reduce your reliance on fossil fuels, if you want to reduce your energy bill. Yeah, it's probably going to be the best thing for you to do. But is it the best thing for anybody else to do? No, probably not. And probably hopefully no one watching this video will go out and test this hypothesis that this sort of physics student has put up, saying you can cook a chicken by slapping it. The point of the matter is that although someone is going to say to you, this is the best way to do this is the best thing to do it, and they might have like 1 or 2 clients they've done it with, but look at their roster. Are they advertising on Instagram to 1 million people at a time and low selling it to get loads of people in, and they get 1 or 2 people that actually have success and the rest completely fail? There's a few really high profile diet gurus who are in that boat at the moment. 95% failure rate on their diets. That's not good. Or do you look at some people who work completely with their clients and change their diets, change their workouts, change everything they're doing in order to make it fit that client perfectly? Those are the people potentially you want to be looking at and working with. And there is an in between there as well, because group programs are very effective if it is a way that you can change it for yourself and tweak things a little bit for yourself to adapt to your diet. If a guru says, no, you have to do it my way and that's the only way, and you can't adapt things, as in you can't change foods or you can't change exercises, there's no best exercise for fat loss. Even if science was going to prove, which it hasn't, there's no best exercise to help you lose weight. The best exercise to help you lose weight is one that you enjoy doing, and you can do it repeatedly again and again and again, so you actually enjoy doing the process. So you go back, you like doing it. Fasted cardio at 4 AM, if you like doing that, crack on, do that. It will help you lose weight, but it's not the best thing to help you lose weight. You can do cardio in the evening if you want. You can do cardio after your workout. You can do cardio after a big meal. And if your calorie deficit at the end of the day is less, or if you're in a calorie deficit, I should say, then you will lose some body fat. And if you do that continuously over a month to 2 months to 3 months, then you'll continuously lose body fat. So don't be fooled into thinking that just because someone has proven something works by science or research, that it actually is the best way to do things. If it fits your lifestyle, if it fits what you like doing, if it fits what you like doing in the day, how you like to train, how you like to eat, then it will be the best thing for you. And that's the crucial thing, is finding things that work for you so that it's not a job, it's not a hassle, it's not something that stresses you out when you're trying to transform your body. Because if it stresses you out, guaranteed, as soon as you reach whatever you're trying to reach, the weight loss or the look in the mirror that you're trying to achieve, as soon as you get there, you'll stop doing that diet. Or you'll go the other way in the fact that you go deeper into doing that diet because you're afraid of gaining the body fat. And that's where eating disorders and overtraining comes in. I've worked with people on that scale, and that is not a nice place to come. You have to really rethink and really challenge their beliefs in order to get them into a proper diet and nutrition schedule. So a bit of ranted on a little bit there, sorry about that. But moral of the story, don't believe everything you read, don't believe every study that's quoted. Look into things, question the person who's selling you this thing. If they can't explain it very simply so you can understand, if they start going blah, 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 and little jargon and quoting all these things, and they can't slow down a little bit and explain it in a way that you understand, then don't buy from them, because they're just trying to confuse you, they're just trying to overload you. They probably don't understand it themselves, which is why they're blabbering on and talking very fast and going, yeah, you get me, you understand. And you go, yeah. No, I absolutely do not, because you're just blabbering on at me, but I wish you'd just stop. And I'm going to stop now. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and if you want to see the chicken slap demonstration I did, it's on Instagram somewhere. Maybe I'll load it at the end of this video, and you can see it just for lols. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't be fooled by science that is not actual science. Bye bye.